Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I'm JT O'Sullivan. Today, Drew Brees, Monday Night Football, touchdown record holder, just ridiculous performance. So good, so many levels. I'm really excited for this one. We're going to look at all the touchdown passes, but we're really going to pay attention to the technique, the fundamentals of exactly how he throws from the ground up. I'm really excited to dive into the details, the specifics of how you become accurate. Now, obviously, he's on a different level, but how to build it from the ground up. I'm really excited. Let's dive into it. Wait for it. Wait for it. It's controversial. Welcome to the QB School. All right, if you enjoy this kind of content, please subscribe, hit the bell, get notifications when we go live, when we post something new. Excited to keep this thing growing. I need your support, so thank you again. Subscribe, bell, appreciate it. All right, here we go. First touchdown pass. Really just 4 verticals out of 3x1. Love the fact that they're scheming them up here. Michael Thomas, the number 2 receiver, right on top of the numbers, near side of the field. Inside release, stress that middle field player, and he's able to basically throw him open. Brees throws him open. You can see it looks like it's behind him, but really he's throwing that to a window. And that's a simple concept. It's just all go at a 3x1. I love the fact that they put the tight end as the outside wide receiver. I'm not sure exactly what the corner's doing. Need to get a bit more of a jam on Thomas. But again, Drew Brees does a great job manipulating the middle field player with his eyes. They talked about it on the broadcast. You can see it here. Focus in on his eyes. He looks to the right, brings it back to the left, and then throws it in there. Just an absolute strike. It looks like it's behind him, but he's throwing that to an open spot. And there's the corner, paying no attention to the outside vertical. Again, right here, we need 42 to get a little bit more hands-on, reroute there. He gets him inside, but he's stressing that middle field player. We see that middle field player come in on the top right of the screen. He's going to the inside vertical, throw him open. Beautiful red zone play right here. This is I love this angle here. We're going to be able to see the guy we really want to pay attention to is this safety. We're going to stress him way over here. So they're going to put an inside vertical on him, whoop, right in there. And then there's going to be, Thomas is going to be right outside of him. And you can see his eyes. Once they go middle field closed, again, middle field closed, meaning there looks like there's 2 safeties right here, right? 2 safeties. Well, post-snap, we're going to get a rotation. He's coming down 3 weak. So when he comes to the middle of the field, he can't be right. We got an inside vertical by the number 3 and an outside vertical by the number 2. It's just 2-on-1. Really simple math. Great job. Eye manipulation by Brees too. Again, watch those safeties. Down, rotate over. He goes to the inside vertical right here. That middle field player, we're watching him on the right. He goes to the number 3, and then Brees just puts it right outside. And he's not even really looking at the wide receiver. He's just throwing that to a spot. And then again, the outside corner needs to find a way to make a play on that collision hit. Just a great job scheming him up. I love it. Then basically, this is the same concept. It's a little bit, they get there a little bit different on the next one. But again, we're going to get a touchdown right here to the number 2, basically running a little post versus middle field open this time. We got 2 safeties out here. Can barely see him right here. We're going to run this thing right to the middle of the field. Just a nice little post. Now, instead of running a vertical on the outside, they run little hitches or spot routes right over the middle. And when they run these cover 2 things, we're going to get this guy coming down. And really, the read is right off this middle field player. If they were in Tampa 2, you'd need to throw it underneath because they're in straight up red zone 2 or red 2. He's going to sit on that inside number 3, and we're going to get a shot up the number 2, up the post. Just a really nice scheme. Again, they're coming back, they're scheming him up footwork-wise. Love Brees, and I'll talk about it a bunch, but look at this footwork at the top of his drop. All his cleats in the ground, no heel click, quick little reset, up and down, vertical strike right on him. Catch that thing right in his chest. Go up, jumping, catching it on his body, I'm not sure about. But again, I loved how they're attacking the zone. So middle field open, they hit the post. Middle field closed, they got 3 verticals to one side, hit the number 2 on the first touchdown. Just a great job of incorporating so many vertical elements into their passing game, and it's all based on Drew's accuracy. He's able to put that ball exactly where he wants, gives his guys a chance to protect themselves right on the edge of the goal line. Just beautiful concept, scheme. Here it is right here. Watch those middle field players. Now, again, last time they rotated to 3 weak. This time they're going to stay middle field open, cover 2. We see that Mike, the middle field, that Mike defender. Again, all those quarterbacks out there, we're reading the shell. Middle field open. Last time they rotated down and went cover 3 weak. This time they're going to stay 2 right here, and we're going to threaten this guy right here, run a little hook, and then we're going to run a post right behind him. He cannot be right. In Tampa 2, he'd go back. We'd throw it underneath like a check down. If he stays here and drives this number 3, we're going to have a huge window right in here. Just a really cool concept. Love to see it come together like that. Throwing strikes out there. Whoop! That's wide open. I mean, that's ridiculous. I'm not sure what the safety down here is doing. Just to not to pick on the Colts who have struggled on defense all day. But again, right here, this guy, the number 1 on the outside is coming in running a hitch. The number 3 is running a little spot route hitch. There's no vertical threat here on the outside. So if there was a vertical threat, this safety would need to get width and depth. But because there's no vertical threat, you'd love to see him kind of get to his landmark, which is usually 2 yards inside the numbers. The numbers are 2 yards wide, so I usually just flip it over in your head. Right there is the landmark, cover 2, 2 yards inside the numbers. But with no vertical threat, he's got to make a play on this. There's just no way around it. In addition, this guy back here, well, he has an outside release by the number 1. You'd think he's going to have to get a little bit more width. But again, that field safety needs to make a play on this ball. Doesn't take anything away from the route, the throw, the technique, the fundamentals from Drew. Again, paying attention to the drop, back of his drop. He's got all his cleats in the ground, no heel click, quick reset, just vertical strikes up on the wide receiver's face, make it really easy to catch. It's a nice little, just the operation of watching quarterback here. He gives a little thumbs up both sides. We're good to go. Okay, point the mic. This is the 3rd play action for the record. Just a beautiful scheme open here. We're going to fake little ISO to the weak side, come back, wide open, tight end. Again, it's a wide open. This is a layup for Brees or a free throw. But again, we're really going to pay attention to the back of his drop. The footwork, when he puts his back foot into the ground, he is loaded. All his cleats are in the ground. He's not up on his toes. He's not bouncing around. He's able to replicate that right here. This is what I'm talking about. Even though it's wide open to the left, watch his cleats. All his cleats are in the ground. Locked in, that back foot. This is the perfect picture of playing quarterback. Just absolute level, powerful base. Doesn't even need it right there. Just a strike. That's a straight up easy money shot. Scheme wise here, love it. Just a backside kind of, I'm used to calling this play back on Bob, usually they call it, where the fullback is going to come up, block this will linebacker, and they're just faking inside run. And really the read here is going to be this little leak out corner is 1, and then you just come right across the field. Backside post, some sort of post or over right here. So this guy collapses down, tight end's wide open, but if you were to read this thing out, it'd just be 1 to 2 to 3. Really nice job. We'll watch it a few times just to be able to see what the read looks like. There it is, wide open to the tight end. Don't need it, but you see those other routes on the backside coming across. Probably got a chance to throw it low to number 2 for a touchdown too. Just a really great job. Again, Brees at the top of his drops. I love the fact, and it's just one of my favorite things about him. I think he's the most accurate guy probably in the history of the league, and I think it's because of his base, his capacity to replicate that throw at the top of his drop all the time. Here's a one to Hill. Again, watch his cleats on the back. Even though he kind of rolls out a little half roll off the play action, all his cleats are in the ground right there. He's able to replicate that throw all the time. Nice touch pass right up on his face. Then Hill just gets a beast mode going into the end zone there. But I just love the fundamentals at the top of his drop. The details and nuance to how he throws it is how I think he's able to replicate it and be so consistently accurate. All of his throws, accurate, touch, right, just the right amount of kind of miles per hour on everything. But he's able to replicate it because the back of his drop is always the same. Again, cleats in the ground. There it is. Look at that. All the cleats in the ground. You watch most guys in the league, they're going to be so toesy on the back of their drop. Bounce around, get a little heel click. He never does it. It's always consistent, a beautiful, powerful base that is replicable. It's calm at the top of his drop. He's able to then be able to come out. And it doesn't matter, even with this route. This route is kind of nasty in my opinion. This is just a banana. He looks like a quarterback running this now. He's a freak athlete. It doesn't matter. But to go inside, have no break, just banana that thing out. Brees throws it right on him, playing buddy ball out there with another quarterback. But again, the top of his drop, when he comes back and sets up and puts all his cleats on the ground, quick hitches, and is lined up ready to go, and then you take the next level of like how he manipulates defenders in zone coverage with his eyes, knowing exactly where to go. I just love it. And I think there's so much young quarterbacks can learn, and really fans can learn about how you go about playing the quarterback position. It's not just dropping back, throwing it to the open guy. You have to throw from the ground up. And what I mean by that is you want a powerful, consistent base. That's all your cleats in the ground by your back foot. Quick, tight hitch or reset, whatever you want to call it, to your target, out with the ball up on his face, and make it easy for the wide receiver to catch. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Drew Brees, another level, really fun to watch.